Hello, this is Ron with Rising Sun Properties. Today we are going to an exclusive property that's only for sale through Rising Sun Properties. I went down there with our president Hide. There he is. I recently did an interview with him and you can check it out here. He gives some insight into his 35 years experience in Japanese real estate. This area is about 10 minutes from the home. You will need to drive, but here's some convenience. Here's a grocery store, some restaurants around, a home center with plenty of supplies. Although this home is in very good condition and I don't think needs any renovations, very well taken care of. So again, this is only for sale through us. It's in Minami Ise, which is Mie Prefecture, 6.8 million yen, 2-story, 2 LDK, built in 2004, 80 square meters of building and 315 square meters total. It's near Ise Jingu, which is one of Japan's most sacred Shinto shrines and a must-see if you're in the area. Here's the location on Google Maps. This is the home there, just so you can get an idea of where it's at. I'll zoom out here a little bit. This is Ise Jingu here, right here. I've been there, very beautiful area. It's about 2.5 hour drive from Kyoto, about 2 hours from Nagoya and 2 hours from Osaka. So Hide had his drone. You can see the roof looks pretty good. So I don't think that needs to be replaced, but just an amazing view. You'll see later on in the video the views from the balcony that you get. But here's some drone footage, a 360 view of what's going on around the home. Tucked back in the corner. So it's a very private area and a great place to have a second home if you want to get off the grid a little bit. Some more aerial views. Hide is a licensed drone pilot, and there he is in action. This is the back side of the house. And now on into the home. There is 315 square meters total, although you'll see at the end of the video that the stairs to go down are blocked by a bunch of shrubs, so that would need to be cleared out, and unfortunately we couldn't get down there to check out all the property that the sales comes with. There's a lot of things in the home right now. However, I think we can negotiate to get all of this removed. Here's the entranceway. So you come in on top, and then there's also kind of a basement area. Here's the living dining room area and the kitchen. So it is propane, and there is a septic tank. It's city water and electricity as well. But all the sink and appliances look to be in good working order. This home has been taken care of. Very rarely do you see a home with double pane windows. This, on all the bigger windows, has double pane. So for a house built in 2004, that's quite rare. It doesn't get super cold. It doesn't snow much in this area, but that definitely helps to control the temperature inside. As I said, it is propane. There's the 3 burners there. And there is a water purification system that's already installed, and it is a high quality one. Little bench area. And here is the living room. It does have air cons installed, however they are a bit dated and would probably need to be upgraded. Again, all this stuff we'll have to talk to the owner, but I believe we can remove all this. This is basically a home that was owned by mom and dad, and they're now passed, and they're just not really needing the home anymore. So here's the view from the balcony. Beautiful area. If you want to be off the map a little bit and be in a quiet, nature, picturesque area, this is a great home to consider, especially for the price. It's at 6.8 million yen. We can probably negotiate that down. Anything 8 million and below, it's a standard 330,000 yen commission for our commission. So it doesn't really matter to us on any properties. If we can negotiate down, we certainly will. Balcony wraps around. Took a look underneath the house to try to see any kind of water damage. It looked all pretty good. So like I said, it looks like this house was very well built. especially coming with all double pane windows, which is even rare to happen in newly built homes today. For some reason, the Japanese just don't build them with the double pane. Here we are in this exclusive home down here in Mie. Checking the height of the door frames, and they're all quite tall, so they are all this tall in the home. And as you can see, it has a fantastic view. Hide's getting some drone footage, so we'll put that in as well. Here's a little messed up. So all of the doorways are quite tall, so no need to hit your head. Here's the bath area where the sink is and the washing machine. Here's the tub and shower. It does have automatic heating and refilling capabilities, so that's always great. Tub is quite large. And a window here, again double pane with a bit of a view while you take a bath. This does have 2 toilets, one on each floor. Here's the one on the top floor. No baby pink or baby blue. So I think technically this is like a 2 LDK, but you can see just the way it's built. It's kind of built as a holiday countryside home with just larger rooms for a little holiday getaway home. Here's downstairs. You see the 2 beds there and some open space. That's a 200 volt aircon, so it's able to connect to a larger aircon that can cool or heat this room with just the one aircon. Has a bay window with, again, another great view out into the bay. 2 different closets for storage. So again, we'll have to double check, but I think we can negotiate to get this stuff removed. A couple different angles from the downstairs room. And back in the corner is a little office area. So that window, it's a smaller one. It's not double pane. All the larger ones are. For removal of the stuff, it's best just to get everything removed. Once you start, trying to itemize stuff, the contract can get a little messy. So, it's best to either buy it with everything left in there or everything taken out. Here's another sink downstairs with the toilet. There's only the one shower room upstairs, but if you have some guests and have people sleeping upstairs and downstairs, you can have at least a place to have your own sink and toilet for each floor. Here just showing the double pane windows. Bottom floor balcony is a little bit larger. Again with a nice view. And it's a shame we couldn't get down to see, the rest of the land to see what it comes with, because it's a quite large plot of land at 315 square meters. It's like 3,000 square feet, I guess. But to be honest, just the house alone is probably worth the money that they're asking. So I think overall a great home and a great deal. Good place to consider if you want to be off the map a little bit and okay with driving. I think that's why they came to us. They're just, having a hard time selling it and don't want to really deal with it, and asked us if we could assist. So here we are. Here's some schematics of the land. We have a lot of documentation on the home. So looking at this, actually, 315 square meters, it looks like a lot of it's kind of on a hill. And here is the stairs to get down. So it might not be a lot of usable land, but it's there nonetheless. I thought I might be able to venture through and get down, but once I got there, it was pretty closed up. I couldn't see any of the stairs and did not want to try to venture any deeper than that. Here's a look under the house. You can see the propane and septic there. There's just some water runoff. That's not any kind of leakage or anything like that. So a sturdy build. And back, this is actually to the front of the house. See how it's built on these concrete blocks. Storage shed here. Trying to find any signs of foundation deterioration or cracks, water leaks, and again, just it looked like a pretty good build. So grab some lunch at this local spot. It's really close to those the grocery store and home center, and headed home. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in this properties, please reach out. If you're interested in looking in other places in Japan, we can help. Give me a email or message on WhatsApp, and we can schedule a free consultation. Thank you very much, and have a great day.